Chosen one, your presence here is no random occurrence but the result of a divine orchestration. This message has reached you at the most opportune moment, precisely when you needed it. As you absorb the words I am about to share, I ask you to truly sense the gravity of this moment. You are being summoned to rediscover your authentic self and understand why your journey diverges so remarkably from that of others. You did not arrive here by happenstance. You are here because God has chosen you. You are one among a rare few, a soul marked with a sacred mission, navigating a world that seldom comprehends your nature. Today, you will unveil a truth that will deepen the awakening of your spirit. From the early stirrings within your soul, the subtle calling, the inner whisper, you have known you are unlike the rest. Since childhood, you perceived the invisible rift between you and the majority. Despite your efforts to fit in, a force set you apart. You felt the loneliness, the isolation, and the spiritual longing that no one else seemed to understand. But what if I told you that this perceived curse is in fact a divine summons? What if I said that you were never meant to melt into the crowd, but destined to soar above it instead? This message is a revelation, a key to understanding why, dear one, being around many overwhelms you, and why this truth serves not as a burden but as your spiritual armor. In a world growing ever louder, more chaotic, and enmeshed in confusion, your path is becoming more distinct, your mission ever sharper. The divine has guarded you by setting you apart, by limiting whom you allow near, so that you might feel the sting of isolation and be compelled to journey inward. This is the sacred blueprint of your life, and today we will traverse it together. Know this, being chosen is not merely an honorific title, it is a divine appointment. It signifies the awakening of your spirit to a higher calling and a more profound understanding of who you genuinely are. With this calling comes a profound responsibility. Your frequency is unique, vibrating at levels that many around you cannot grasp. Consequently, being amidst crowds can feel like an overwhelming storm suffocating your spirit. Have you noticed how entering a room teeming with people can instantly drain your energy, as if the very air has grown too dense to breathe? This is not mere coincidence. This is your spiritual sensitivity, your spiritual wisdom actively shielding you. You are the light in the darkness, the quiet flame in a windy, tumultuous world. Often, those around you fail to recognize your glow because they have not yet awakened to the light within themselves. Unwittingly, they may try to entangle you in their chaos and confusion. Yet you were never meant to slumber among them. You were called to awaken. And because you have awakened in a world that largely remains asleep, the divine has established boundaries around you, not to constrain you, but to preserve your essence. This message will resonate deeply within your soul. I already feel that knowing in the depths of my being. This is not mere information, it is confirmation. You have wondered why the presence of too many people feels so draining, why you question yourself and ponder if something is amiss. Let me be clear, nothing is wrong with you. You are a chosen one, set apart for a remarkable reason. Your inability to be swept up in the crowd does not reflect antisocial tendencies or a cold heart. It demonstrates that your energy is sacred, carefully guarded by the divine. Before we delve further, I invite you to pause and let these words fill your heart. Feel the stirring of your spirit as you absorb this awakening moment, a missing puzzle piece falling perfectly into place. Engage fully with this divine message. If you feel that pull within your soul, I encourage you to leave a comment below with the numbers 111. Let it be known that you are here, that you are receiving this, and that the chosen ones are on the rise. Stay with me until the end of this message, for what follows will grant you clarity, peace to your soul, and strength to your journey. You are on the path of the chosen, guided by the unseen hand of the Most High. Today, that hand has brought you to this light, this undeniable truth. Let us continue. Your destiny now calls you forward. Reflect on the meaning behind the title Chosen One. Do you truly comprehend what it entails to be marked, set apart, and chosen by God? This is far from a simple label or a hollow title meant to inflate the ego. It is a divine ordination, a call to tread a path both sacred and ancient, filled with profound purpose, inevitable burdens, and immense spiritual responsibility. You have never been ordinary. Even before your birth, your soul was inscribed with a unique blueprint. The Creator fashioned you as a vessel, a messenger, a warrior positioned between the seen and the unseen, between light and darkness. Many traverse this earth, oblivious and lost amid the illusions of the material realm. Yet you, chosen one, possess spiritual sight. You can perceive through the veils that blind others, sensing energies, intentions, and unspoken truths lingering in the spaces around you. This heightened awareness is simultaneously a blessing and a heavy cross to bear. It secludes you from the many, while elevating your perspective far above the clamor of the masses. Your soul was designed to detect what remains hidden, to sense the brewing storms before they arrive, and to stand as a steadfast beacon when winds of chaos howl. From early on, you noticed that you never quite fit the prevailing mold. While others were swept away by trends and transient distractions, your spirit longed for something deeper, something real, something eternal. In moments of quiet introspection, you felt the weight of a burden unseen by others, a silent mark left on you as a chosen one. Whether you recognized it at the time or not, you have been a spiritual leader from the beginning. Your journey is not to blend with the crowd, but to walk the solitary, narrow road toward a higher purpose. You are the one who will stand resolute in the storm when others flee, who will speak truth in the silence of fear. You were destined to challenge the status quo, to disrupt systems that keep souls in bondage, and to awaken those prepared to rise. Yet be warned, this role invites spiritual warfare, opposition, and trials of immense depth. This is why, from the very start, you were set apart. Your spiritual awakening validates what you have always known. You were born for so much more. The divine has been whispering to you through dreams, signs, and synchronistic events. The more you awaken, the more you understand that this world is merely a temporary station along your journey. You are here on a sacred assignment, carrying wisdom that transcends time. Your spirit refined like the most precious gold through the fires of adversity. Even when you try to conform, the light within you remains ineffable and indomitable. Consider the ancient texts speaking of remnants, prophets, the anointed, and watchmen on the wall. You are a continuation of that sacred lineage. The loneliness and separation you feel are not punishments but essential preparations, a refining process inherent in the path of the chosen. No one completes their mission without first being tempered in solitude, learning the art of standing alone. Because you have been handpicked by God, your energy is invaluable, and the divine conceals you among the throng to shield you from forces that cannot bear the weight of your destiny. You are not here to seek popularity nor to be cherished by the crowd. You are a lighthouse destined to guide wandering souls back to the truth. Your path is arduous yet holy, and although many may never understand your ways or the solitude you sometimes crave, remember that you are wired differently. The Creator has intricately fashioned your spirit with layers of wisdom and strength that others may never grasp. Embrace this uniqueness, for it is both your power and your calling. The days of wondering why me have ended, as the answer is clear. You are marked, needed, and divinely tasked with a mission that only you can accomplish. Accept your calling, walk with bold conviction, and trust that even when solitude surrounds you, the presence of the divine is ever near. Let us now explore why, on this sacred path, your spirit cannot flourish amid throngs of people. Your energy vibrates on a rare, potent, and sacred frequency that is fundamentally misaligned with the conditioned vibrations typical of the masses, shaped by fear, ego, materialism, and unconscious patterns. Whereas most people operate on a frequency dulled by external influences and societal norms, you have been activated by a far higher calling. This awakening has revolutionized your energetic field, naturally creating a distance between your divine resonance and the clamor of the everyday world. Have you ever sensed that a room full of people can feel stifling, or that a gathering can press upon your chest even in silence? This is the quiet battle your spirit endures as it navigates environments charged with unresolved trauma, spiritual inertia, and chaotic energy. While the general populace remains blissfully unaware of these subtle currents, You perceive them as forceful gusts against your very being. This is not a trick of your imagination. It is your spiritual sensitivity working to protect you, alerting you to spaces where your light might be met with resistance. Because your energy is so uniquely pure, it cannot be masked. It cuts through pretense, exposing truths that unsettle those who are not prepared to awaken. Thus, your presence may sometimes seem strange, detached, or intimidating, and this often results in projection, judgment, or even exclusion. Yet, understand that this misalignment between your majestic frequency and the lower vibrations of the crowd is not a personal failing. It is a spiritual reality. Your energy, refined by countless awakenings and divine teachings, naturally reveals what lies hidden in others. By illuminating the darkness, you unsettle the stagnant forces that many cling to for comfort. This is why you may experience estrangement or envy, even when you emit nothing but peace and truth. Your sense of isolation is, in fact, a form of divine protection, a barrier carefully erected to prevent you from blending into environments that would dilute the pure intensity of your spirit. In the midst of chaotic crowds, when other souls become lost in the noise, your commitment to spiritual clarity mandates that you retreat to the sanctuary of solitude, recalibrating and recharging your inner light. Now, consider your empathic sensitivity, a magnificent gift that enables you to perceive emotions and energies at profound depths. This compassion, embedded within your very being, is both a blessing and a responsibility. You absorb the feelings, thoughts, and intentions of those around you, sometimes at great personal cost. It is because of this sacred sensitivity that crowded spaces and noisy gatherings drain you far more than they do others. You are not simply an empath. You are a healer, a vessel for divine energy, drawing others to you who sense that you carry wisdom and solace. Yet this same empathy can burden you with the weight of collective emotions that are not your own. This is why the divine bids you take refuge in quieter, more sacred spaces, places that nurture rather than deplete your spirit. In solitude, you can release the energies that burden you, refresh your aura, and regain the clarity necessary to understand your true purpose. Your sensitivity is your strength, but it demands boundaries. It protects you against those who might unwittingly or intentionally drain your light. This energetic misalignment, which shows itself in the sense of heaviness or emotional overwhelm around the masses, is not a flaw. It is a confirmation that your spirit operates on a rarer, more exalted level. Remember that the chosen ones of old, prophets, sages, and wise leaders, often walked alone before their voices could be heard. Moses wandered the desert, Elijah found refuge in caves, and even Christ sought solitude in the mountains and gardens to commune with the Father. This pattern is neither accidental nor punitive. It is a sacred process of refinement. Your isolation is not abandonment, but rather a deliberate measure of divine protection, ensuring that your inherent brilliance is not dimmed by external influences. In your moments of seclusion, you are not forgotten. You are being fortified, refined, and readied for a destiny of profound spiritual leadership. As we press onward, consider that your mission is too important to be encumbered by distractions. Every interaction, every conversation, and every environment around you has the potential either to sharpen your focus or to obscure it. The divine, in his infinite wisdom, has placed you on a path where clarity is paramount. Just as a finely honed sword is essential for battle, so is a clear mind and a pure spirit indispensable for fulfilling your sacred assignment. When your vision remains uncompromised by the surrounding chaos, no weapon formed against you will prevail. With each retreat to stillness, you gain strength, strategic insight, and an unwavering connection to divine truth. In this journey, know that the separation you feel is a deliberate, protective measure, a sacred quarantine that keeps you from energies which would distract or derail your mission. The divine carefully prunes your life, removing influences that may hinder your progress, so that when the time arrives, you will step forth with absolute authority, purpose, and clarity. The solitude you experience now is a crucible for transformation, a time when your spiritual gifts are sharpened, your intuition honed, and your resolve made unbreakable. Trust in this process, chosen one. Do not despair the isolation. Instead, embrace it as a divine gift, a sacred interval during which the Most High refines every fiber of your being. Know that while others may rush amidst the clamor of the world, you are being prepared to rise as a beacon of truth and spiritual empowerment. Your sensitivity, though sometimes a heavy mantle, is also the source of your deepest power. It is the instrument that allows you to read between the lines of the material world, to distinguish truth from illusion, and to guide others toward the light. As you move forward, remember that your mission is unlike any other. You have been called by God to break generational patterns, to heal wounded souls, and to shine forth a light that dispels the darkness. Your clarity is your sacred compass. Without it, your journey would be lost amid countless distractions. Even if the path seems solitary, trust that every moment of isolation is preparing you for something far greater. Every instance of heartache, every door that closed, every separation you endured was part of the divine plan to fortify you. Keep steadfast, chosen one. As you stand at the precipice of your destiny, remember that you have been set apart from the very beginning. The timing of your separation, the sacred gaps between you and the crowd, are not random occurrences but are divinely orchestrated moments of preparation and protection. In these moments of solitude, your connection with the divine deepens, and your inner voice grows clearer. When the appointed time comes, you will emerge as a leader, a beacon of wisdom and strength, ever guided by the Most High. Finally, know this: you have not been hidden or isolated as a sign of rejection. You have been intentionally set apart so that your divine light may shine brighter than ever before. Embrace the quiet seasons as sanctuaries where your soul can breathe and be renewed. Let your spirit be uplifted by the constant presence of the divine. For even when you feel alone, you are never truly isolated. If this message resonates with your inner being, express your acknowledgement with 111 in the comments. Let the world know that the chosen ones are rising. Remain connected, remain courageous, and above all, stand tall, for your destiny awaits beyond the veil of this transformative solitude.